Hello guys, so in this video we're going to be going over The Rock's diet and his routine. We're going to be looking at a video on what he eats, on how he settles himself in for his workouts and all that other good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into the video. We'll be looking over The Rock's diet and his workout routine. This video will be going over all the stuff, so let's get into it.
Hey everybody, Dwayne Johnson here and my friends at Men's Health.
Just look at this guy. He's supposed to be at 50. 50 years old, huge. He's probably taking some stuff, but we'll get more into that as the video goes on.
Have asked me to talk about what I eat, so let's dig in.
Fun fact, blueberries, they're really good for the brain. Help nourish you, very good for diet, very low calorie. You see him eating that, or you saw that there. Very good diet food. I highly recommend it.
Here's what my current approach to eating looks like. If I like it, well, I'm going to eat it. I am a real creature of habit when it comes to my diet. I usually eat the same thing every day for days and weeks.
That's very good. Him eating the same thing shows a level of discipline, but it also shows that he likes his diet. If he likes his diet, then he can eat the same thing over and over. And if you like your diet, then you're happy. So, at the end, I like what he's doing with consistency. I like him sticking to it.
And months, it's very consistent. It's very boring.
Very consistent.
It's also extremely disciplined, and that's something that I picked up from
Exactly.
my old man, who was a hardcore gym.
Yeah, and his dad was probably on some stuff too, because look at his dad. His dad is huge. Although it might also just be genes. Genes are really good, but I don't think his genes are so good that he'll stay like this in his 50s the way he is now, but I don't know. Let's keep on watching.
Fanatic. He was one of the first professional wrestlers who had a bodybuilder's body. So he taught me very early on not to eat to please the tongue, but eat to nourish the body. He taught me that when I was 5. It's probably why I need therapy.
Very smart.
I do have specific approaches to counting macros. I have found over the years that the best strategies are often the ones that you never feel like you're hungry. There's a handful of chefs who I work with, and I have one advisory chef who speaks to them who
Very smart. If you're a professional athlete and you have your own personal nutritionist and chef, is makes your life way easier.
works very closely with my strength and conditioning coach because I am in different locations often throughout the year around the world. So they work out all that math. They're much better and smarter at that than I am. I eat 6 meals a day, so I don't really have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Although I have breakfast, that's always my meal one, but everything else will fluctuate. My breakfast consists of eggs. It consists of a...
Wait a sec, how many meals did he say he eats?
else will fluctuate. My breakfast can really have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Although I have breakfast, that's a work out all that math. They're much better and smarter at that than I am. I eat 6 meals a day, so I don't...
6 meals? This guy's lying. There's no way he eats 6 meals a day, unless it's like a protein bar. He eats a protein bar, boom, and then eats another protein bar, boom. But 6 meals a day is crazy, like it's large meals. Really? You want to aim for 3 to 4 meals a day? The most optimal by science is technically 5 to 6 meals a day. Well, that's crazy. I highly doubt he's eating that. Although, maybe he is. Let's keep on watching to find out.
Really have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Although I have breakfast, that's always my meal one, but everything else will fluctuate. My breakfast
Also, it's just minor differences. Like after you pass 3 to 4 meals, the 4th meal, then you go on to the 5th meal, doesn't really change how much muscle you build. 3 meals is really all you need in a day, and then the 4th meal is a little bit extra, and then the 5th meal, the results are even smaller. So, max 4 meals a day.
consists of eggs. It consists of a meat, and that is either a bison or a steak. It also consists of oatmeal. It could be brown rice cereal with a little bit of fruit. Usually it's either papaya, which I love papaya, or some blueberries. And that will be
Very good. High in antioxidants. Very true. Blueberries are amazing. I like what he's saying so far. Nothing really to complain about. The diet seems good. The eggs, very good source of protein. Egg whites are the highest source of quality protein minus whey protein and casein. So I like what he's saying.
be breakfast. My second meal of the day, which usually I eat around 10, 11 o'clock, That's what I consider my lunch. Usually consists of complex carb, like a rice, as well as chicken breast. I'll have some greens. I'm eating that after my workout. And my dinner could consist of either a fish or a chicken or a buffalo or a steak. And again, some sort of complex carbohydrate and a green. My go-to.
All right, so with the complex carbohydrates, the rice, if you're dieting or if you're trying to stay in good shape, it's kind of, you can eat it, but you have to eat it in moderation. Um, he works out a lot and he's big, so he could probably eat a good amount of it, but typically I wouldn't recommend it too much. I'd recommend eating something else that makes you feel good. Like you can eat a lot of other foods they're tasty, that are complex carbs, foods that are high in fiber but also have carbs, and that also kind of like balances out because then you get lower net carb. And what they do is that they subtract the amount of carbs when you get net carbs. When you can see it on some branding. Net carbs are pretty much, you subtract the grams of fiber for the grams of carbs, because fiber kind of counteracts the amount of carbs going, it breaks it down. So the idea is that the carbs per gram of fiber doesn't really affect you because it just kind of like goes through the body, doesn't do anything. So yeah, but with complex carbs you're not really getting that. So I really wouldn't recommend it with high amounts, but some low amounts of carbs are good, and they, especially if you've been on a diet for a while, may be good for like a cheat day or something when you've already lost a good amount of weight. You can afford maybe one day in a week to eat some carbs, and it'll load up your muscles with water and make you feel real good whenever you do it.
Comfort food would have to be cheeseburger. Sometimes it's a double cheeseburger. I need some bacon on there. I need some avocado. It starts with a good, big, fat-ass bun. French fries are important. Sweet potato fries, too, as well. And I need some sort of sweets, sugar at the end of that. Usually some sort of cookies, maybe even a crumb cake. Yeah, those are my favorite ones. That's a great question. I never eat in the Iron Paradise, even though the gym is equipped for that. Every time I get in the Iron Paradise, it's time to rock and roll. It's time to train. My favorite carb is white rice.
If you guys saw where he was training with the chains, a lot of people don't understand why people train with chains. Let me see if I can go back to where he was training with the chains. Here. The idea is that the chains are on the floor. So as you carry it, the higher you get on the movement, the more weight you're carrying, because the floor is supporting most of the weight. So it really makes it extra hard to get that last part of the rep in. But I mean, if you have a sufficient weight already, it doesn't make a difference in general. But some people prefer to train this way, and it's an interesting way of training, which is also very efficient. Although I'm pretty sure, unless those little chains weigh a lot more than I think they do, because those things, this is pretty lightweight for this guy, because he's so big. I'd expect him to be lifting a little bit more. She's probably just doing it for the cameras, but because I could probably even do this. This is just the bar. Bar is 45 pounds plus these chains, maybe an extra 15 pounds, 50 pounds each. I could probably even do a rep of this, but probably just showing off for the cameras, make it look tough.
Guys, it's time to rock and roll. It's time to train. My favorite carb is white rice or sweet potatoes. My sushi.
Sweet potatoes are really good. Cover all your bases. Not super high in calories as long as you boil them. I'd recommend eating sweet potatoes over eating rice.
I like rolls, and I like fun rolls. I love getting like the turquoise blast roll. I mean, whatever the fun rolls are. Because usually when I'm having my sushi, that's usually my cheat day. So I like to just go for it. I have a complicated relationship with bread. But it's a wonderful relationship. I will try anything on bread. I believe bread goes with everything. Much like how I thought I was with women in high school. I went with all of them.
Bread does go with everything. I love it. I love bread. Bread too. Bread is my favorite food. But if you're going to get bread, I recommend you get keto bread, because keto bread is super low calorie. You can have 40 calories per slice, and you can put it with everything. It might not taste as good as regular bread, but it's bread, and bread goes with everything, like The Rock said. So look for keto bread, or look for bread that's less than 40 calories per slice, or 40 calories per slice. If you watch my video on nutrition labels, which I did a while ago, you'll figure out how to read the nutrition label, find out how many calories are per slice, so you can go get yourself some good low-calorie bread.
Ooh, the best food smell in the world is something on an open flamed grill. I love that. If I had to
Agreed.
choose one go-to protein, buffalo.
Not bad.
I bet you Helen Mirren could down a whole bunch of coconut banana pancakes with me. I just got a feeling. She's my kind of gal. Dwayne Johnson was an omelet. First would have some
So interesting
some
questions.
ground up buffalo or ground up sirloin. A little bit of bacon will go in there. A little bit of avocado. A little bit of peanut butter. Don't judge me. My last meal on earth would be double dough pizza. One half of it pineapple and bacon, and the other half pepperoni.
Yeah, I love this. Whenever I get pizza, I've got pizza before. If you're gonna get something unhealthy, you want to make it as healthy as possible. Not everything's perfect, but I get extra chicken and I get it Hawaiian, and I try to just because you get at least you're getting protein in it, and it's not as much cheese because of the ham and the protein and the chicken. So I'd recommend if you're gonna get pizza, get something like that. I get something like what I said, or every once in a while, guys, you can have a cheat meal. If you look at my videos on nutrition and you look at what I eat, and you look at the video that I did a long time ago when I started coming back again to YouTube, where I talked about how my progression, my calorie, my fat loss phase, how I lost body weight and fat. You can see how to organize yourself to where you can have cheat days, and I have a video on cheat days too that I think I'm going to be posting pretty soon if I haven't already posted. But I have it planned, I have it there. And yeah, it's not horrible, guys.
So this is a great question. Hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, being fit for longevity is my priority. And again, it started way back when I was a little boy. My dad used to take me to the gym at 5 years old, and he used to tell me, you just sit and you watch, and that's what I did. And then when I started working out on the weights, my dad was the one who started to expose me to the importance of training and doing my best to follow a very strict, regimented, disciplined diet. So that all came from my old man, and I apply that today. So my priority is longevity. Do I ever eat in bed?
He's forget about the eating bread question, but this guy's you're never gonna look like this guy when you're 50. You're not gonna be 6'4", 200 something pounds. Most likely, unless you are one in a billion genetic phenom. This guy is on some sort of performance enhancing drug, and he doesn't admit it. But if you look at some of his videos in the past, he's alluded to it. He's either on TRT, on Anabol, something. He's on something. This guy is clearly not natural. Although you can still have very solid physique as you age, as long as you train consistently. And like this guy's been training his whole life. If you continue training your whole life and that, I'm sure this guy would look good, maybe a little smaller, but good if he wasn't on anything. It's just the way it works. But he needs that size for his movies, and he does whatever he wants. So, interesting point to take away from that, I think.
I do eat in bed, just not food. So that is a little bit.
I wonder what that guy's talking about. Well, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, guys.